you're one of those people who believe that hard work and honesty alone will bring riches, perish the thought because it's not true. Riches, when they come in huge quantities, are never the result of hard work. Now listen carefully. Riches come, if they come at all, in response to definite demands based upon the application of definite principles and not by chance or luck. Wealthy people are not lucky. They're doing something that the other people are not doing. If you check this out, and I have checked it out over a long, long time, wealthy people historically have always had multiple sources of income. They don't have one. I was flying to Malaysia one time. It's 25 hours in the air from Toronto to Kuala Lumpur. That's a long time to be up there. And I was going over and back every month. That's 50 hours in the air for about 5 years. Well, on one trip, I spend a lot of time just thinking and writing. I have a pen and a pad. And I wrote down 1 and 6 zeros, $1 million. $1 million seems to be a magic number. I don't know why, but we've written songs about it. We'll play a little game, say, what would you do if you won $1 million? Generally, what a person tells you, they need 25 or 50 million to actually do. But I wrote $1 million down, and I had earned $1 million back in the 60s. I thought of the friends or the people I know that had earned $1 million or millions of dollars. I thought, what are they doing different? They're, from many points of view, they're very much the same as the people that are struggling from payday to payday. And I kept thinking about it, and it dawned on me, they have more than one source of income. I had more than one source of income. Now think about that. And I wrote it down. I ended up multiple sources of income, MSIs. And of course, I've been teaching it for years. I phoned Mark Victor Hansen when I got off the plane. I think I got him up.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense. But.
Okay, so you're CEO of 2 companies, you're chairman of Solar City. Talk about time management. How on earth do you do this?
Well,
do you get any sleep?
Yeah, sometimes not enough. Sleep is really great, because I find if I don't get enough sleep, then I'm quite grumpy. I mean, obviously, I think most people are that way. And also, like I try to sort of figure out what's the right amount of sleep, because I found I could drop below a certain threshold of sleep, and although I'd be awake more hours and I could sustain it, I would get less done because my mental acuity would be affected. So I found generally the right number for me is around 6 to 6.5 hours on average per night.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Right. And any other tips
on... That is an average, though.
Right. Any other tips on just managing to run 2 companies simultaneously? I mean, do you find, I mean, I know you're up here Monday, Tuesday. Is it all Tesla when you're up in Silicon Valley and all SpaceX Wednesday, Thursday?
Having a having a smartphone is incredibly helpful because that means you can do email during interstitial periods. Like if you're in a car, you're walking in the bathroom, everywhere. You can do email practically when you're awake. And so that's really helpful to have email for SpaceX and Tesla integrated on my phone. And then it's just you have to apply a lot of hours to actually working. So the way I generally do it is I'll be working at SpaceX on Monday, and then Monday night flight to the Bay Area, spend Tuesday and Wednesday in the Bay Area, then at Tesla, and then fly back on Wednesday night, spend Thursday and Friday at SpaceX. In the last several months, then I would fly back here on a Saturday and either spend Saturday and Sunday at Tesla or spend Saturday at Tesla and Sunday at SpaceX.
You know what I do? So I don't do this, it doesn't happen that often, but if I get a delivery that I don't like, maybe I don't like the way it's packaged or something, we have regular meetings of the senior executive team, and I bring the box to the meeting. And when I walk in, I haven't done this in a while, it's been a while, but when I bring in a box, everybody in the room is like, oh no, he's bringing in a box, because it's always some problem. But really the way I get feedback is primarily from my email address is very well known, and I keep it well known. And I get hundreds and hundreds of emails every day from customers, and they always have something interesting to say when something goes wrong. Because we have hundreds of millions of customers around the world, and no matter how good we are, we can still be better. You can always be better. Customers have a divine discontent, and they teach you if you listen to customers. So we watch for that, and we see patterns, and we can find places where it's not working, something's going wrong, and that's really how I get the feedback, is from customer input. And often, you know, in all caps, angry, you ruined my child's birthday because the gift didn't show up on time. And we take that, and what you really want to do is you take that, it's an anecdote, it's a single example, but you need to find the root cause. What went wrong deep inside the system? How did this happen? Because then you can fix it for everyone, so that that particular problem will never happen again. You don't just fix the symptom, you have to fix the root cause. And that's been the secret to our operational success for 20 years.
We are the power of one and can accomplish anything that we really want to.
100%.
Be full of negative ideas, negativity will come in there. Be full of positive ideas and believe in yourself, and positivity comes out of it.
You've been described as being unstoppably positive, and I mean, I can feel that, I can see that, and you've told me how, you know, you grew up in a family that you had, you know, not a lot of money, and you had a deadbeat dad, and your mom was obviously a really positive influence. So how do you get to the point, how do you get to where you're at? How do you think the way you think? How can you self-actualize? How can you be positive? Can you identify a reason?
Well, for me, it's a little easier than maybe for some people, because one, when you're down and out more than once, you don't know money, know nothing, and something good happens. Oh boy, this is great. But I was, with all due respect, I was born, I think, positive. My mom would always tell me, my God, be careful. Mom, I'm going to be just fine. I was kind of think born positive. You know, and then obviously when you're down, you go up, you get even more positive because you're so happy. And then when you have an abundance of something and you get to share it with people and you see a good end result, it's happy. If you do something for somebody else and ask absolutely nothing in return, it's the greatest high you'll ever get. Now, I went through the 60s, okay? It's the greatest high you'll ever get when you help somebody and you ask nothing in return. Yes, absolutely nothing in return. It's higher than smoking anything.
Learn from the mistakes, the other people. No matter how smart you are, you will encounter these mistakes. You learn from mistakes not because you will be able to avoid mistakes. You will able to, when these mistakes come, this suffer comes, you know how to deal with it, how to face it. The book I want to write, if I can, is Alibaba 1001 Mistakes. This is the most treasurable things that in my life. In my life, it's not how much we achieved, it's how much we gone through the tough days and mistakes. And this is what, if you start to think now, it'll be good. So if you ask me when I was a boy, I never felt